Today we're going to decide when to group. So you're going to see 4 problems that we're going to solve, and I'm going to talk about when we know we need to make a new group. So this would be the traditional new groups above method or new groups below method. If you wanted to try the show all totals with a couple of your problems today, that's fine as well. But today I'm going to focus on making new groups, whether I put them above or below. I'll do one of or 2 of each actually. So let's look at number 1, 123 plus 247. So if I start with the ones place and I look at 3 plus 7, I know that that's going to be greater than 9. Therefore, I'm going to have 2 digits in my answer. So 7, 8, 9, 10 is my answer. 7, 8, 9, 10. But I can't put 2 digits here. I have to make a new group. I have a 10 now. So when I think of the number 10, right, I have a 0 in the ones place and a 1 in the tens place because I made a new group. So I'm going to put that 0 in the ones place, and I'll put that new 10, my new group, in the tens place where it belongs. Now I have 1 plus 2 plus 4. So be careful that you don't forget to add that new group. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 4 makes 7. Now I don't have a new group for my hundreds. So I don't have to put a 1 up there because I didn't make a new group because it was 9 or less. My answer was only 7. It has to be 10 or more to be a new group. So then I just add in the hundreds place now. I'm in my hundreds. 1 plus 2, which equals 3. You should get 370. And I only had to make one new group. Okay, so let's look at number 2. 358 plus 434. I'm going to start in the ones place. Start with the larger number and count on. I've got 8 plus 4 more, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because the number's 12, it's above 9, right? It has a new group of 10. It has a 2 in the ones place, and here's my new group of 10. So put the 2 in the ones place, and put your new 10, your new group, in the tens place. Now we go to the tens place. 1 plus 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. I do not have a new group because it's only one digit here, right? It's 9. If I had one more and it was 10, I'd make a new group in my hundreds place, but I don't. So then I go to the hundreds and I add 3 plus 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have 792. Okay, we're going to continue the work with new groups, but this time I'm going to put my new group below. Still start with 2 plus 9 in the ones place, 9, 10, 11. And because it's greater than 9, I have a new group, right? I put the 1 here, because in the number 11, the 1 is in the ones place, and then I have a 1 in the tens place. I'm going to put that below this time. So I have 3 plus 8 plus 1. I like to start with the larger number, so I'm going to say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Put the 2, and now I do have a new group for my hundreds because 12 tens would give me an extra 100, 120. So there's my new group, 7 plus 1 plus 1, 7, 8, 9, 921. Let's try one more. New groups below. Starting in the ones place, 6 plus 6, that's a doubles fact. You should remember that from 2nd grade, is 12. Looking at the number 12, there's a 2 in the ones place, so I put the 2 in my ones. Here's my new group, my new 10. I'm going to put it below in my tens place. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. Put my 1 here. My new group goes here. Now I'm adding up my hundreds. 4 plus 3 is 7, and don't forget that new group, which makes 8, 812. Okay, now what does this look like when we're solving word problems? Let's look at number 20 as an example. The florist ordered 398 roses and 562 tulips. I love the key words to help me. How many flowers did the florist order in all? So I know I'm going to add, because if the florist has 398 roses and 562 tulips, and the question is asking how many flowers did the florist order in all, that definitely tells me to add. So I'm going to line up my numbers. Don't forget to line them up. 398 plus 562. I'm going to use the new groups above method. I'm going to start in the ones place. 8 plus 2, 8, 9, 10. Put the 0 here. Put my new group of 10 in the tens place. Now adding my tens. 9 plus 1 makes 10. Plus 6 more is 16. Put the 6. Now I carry my new 100. And I'm going to add my hundreds. 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 5 is 9. Should have got 960 flowers. Okay. Now this time I'm going to try, and let's see, is that reasonable? If the florist ordered 398 roses and 562 tulips, how many flowers in all? Ordered 960 flowers in all. When I put the answer back into the problem, it's reasonable. That makes sense. But that's a good strategy to do in case that you subtracted by accident, which some of you have done on your work recently. Go back, reflect, put that answer back into the problem, see if it makes sense. All right, let's look at number 21. Emilio checked a suitcase at the airport. His suitcase weighed 80 pounds. His wife checked 3 suitcases. Each of her suitcases weighed 30 pounds. How many pounds in all did their suitcases weigh? Now this is not just a one-step problem. I have to do a little more work here. So you guys are good at 2-step and greater than 2 steps with word problems. So let's try it. I'm going to visualize this. I think if I draw a picture, it will help me. Amelia checked a suitcase at the airport. So here's his suitcase, right? Just one. His was 80 pounds. But his wife has 3. 1, 2, 3 suitcases. Each of her suitcases weighed 30. So this one's 30 pounds, this one's 30 pounds, and this one's 30 pounds. Now I can visualize it. I want to know how many pounds this is all together. So there's multiple ways you could solve this problem. I like the fact that I know I'm going to need addition. I could add them all together. But because we're in 3rd grade and we've talked a lot about repeated addition being multiplication, I see 3 groups of 30. So I'm going to say 3 times 30. And then I know 3 times 3 equals 9. And then I just add that 0, right? So I know that her suitcases all together weigh 90 pounds and his are 80. So I'm going to stack it, or his is 80. 80 plus 90. And I'll do the new groups below if needed. If I add my zeros, I just get 0. Now I move over to my tens. 9 plus 8, I'm going to say 9 in my head. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't even need to make a new group. Gives me 17, which makes my answer 170 pounds. Let me reflect and make sure this makes sense. Emilio checked a suitcase at the airport. His suitcase weighed 80 pounds. His wife checked 3 suitcases. Each of her suitcases weighed 30 pounds. How many pounds in all did their suitcases weigh? They all weighed 170 pounds. When I think about that, if you know there's 80 plus 30 plus another 30 plus another 30, 170 pounds is reasonable. You may have added 80 plus 30 without reading carefully and visualizing. Hopefully, if you reflected, you would see, oh, I made a mistake. It says she has 3 suitcases, use these keywords, and each of them weighed 30 pounds. Some of your problems get more complicated. They're not as simple. They're more than one step. So visualize, draw a picture if needed. Make sure you reflect and put that answer back into your problem. Now, today is your first day using Think Central. Please use the video that's attached to help you figure out how to get into Think Central, and then today's lesson is 4.9. So make sure you're doing lesson 4.9 because there are a lot of lessons loaded on there. Good luck, and if you have questions, let me know.